They say the old carousel still spins at night, even though the carnival shut down 20 years ago. The rusty gates groan in protest, but the call of the forgotten is a siren song for the curious and the brave. Or maybe just the foolish. It's a place where laughter once echoed, but now only whispers remain, carried on the cold night air. The promise of fun has faded, replaced by a lingering dread that clings to the peeling paint and rotting wood. People say that if you listen closely, on the nights when the moon is full and bright, you can hear a faint, distorted melody, a phantom tune from a time long past. They say the carnival never truly left. It just waits. It waits for new visitors, for new souls to join its endless, silent celebration. Mia, ever the thrill-seeker, couldn't resist the legend. "It's just an old ride," she scoffed, leading her skeptical friends through the broken fence. The moonlight cast long, eerie shadows, painting the abandoned grounds in shades of silver and black. In the center of the decaying fairground stood the carousel, a skeletal monument to forgotten joy. The air grew heavy, thick with the smell of rust and damp earth. As they crept closer, the moonlight glowed on the faded painted horses, their glass eyes staring blankly into the darkness. Their once vibrant colors were now ghostly pastels, chipped and worn by 2 decades of neglect. That's when one of her friends grabbed her arm, pointing with a trembling finger. One of the horses, a magnificent white steed with a chipped mane, was moving. It wasn't the wind. It was a slow, deliberate rock back and forth, as if waiting for a rider. A chill crawled up Mia's spine, but she forced a nervous laugh. "See? Just the wind." But then, the music started. It wasn't the cheerful tune of a carnival. This was a grotesque parody, a broken lullaby played on a warped, off-key organ. Each note was a sour, dissonant cry that echoed through the silence, making their skin crawl. The gentle rocking of the horse quickened, and soon the entire carousel groaned to life, its ancient mechanism protesting as it began to turn. Slowly at first, then faster and faster. The faded horses became a blur of ghostly whites and grays, a spinning vortex in the heart of the dead carnival. The broken music grew louder, more frantic, a chaotic symphony of madness. And then they saw them. On the empty seats, shadows began to form. Vague at first, they solidified into the silhouettes of riders, children and adults, their forms flickering in the moonlight like old film. They sat perfectly still on the spinning horses, their featureless faces turned forward. Mia and her friends were frozen in terror, unable to scream, unable to run. They could only watch as the spectral parade spun before them. One shadow, the silhouette of a little girl on the white steed, slowly turned its head. It had no eyes, no mouth, but Mia felt its gaze lock onto her. A cold, ethereal whisper slithered directly into her mind, a voice that was not a voice, a sound that bypassed her ears entirely. It was a thought planted deep within her, chilling her to the bone. "Your turn," it whispered. The world spun, and darkness took her. Her friends ran, screaming into the night, never looking back. They told the police a wild, unbelievable story of shadows and phantom music. Of course, no one believed them. When the sun rose the next morning, casting its warm light on the decrepit carnival, the carousel was still. Everything was just as it had been for 20 years, covered in dust and decay. Except for one small detail. There was a new wooden horse on the platform, its paint fresh and unchipped. It was a beautiful, terrifying work of art. And carved into its wooden face, with hauntingly perfect detail, was the screaming likeness of Mia. The carnival had claimed another rider for its eternal shadowy dance. Love scary stories? If you want to hear more tales that will keep you up at night, don't forget to follow and subscribe for more horror chills. Thank you for watching.